first question asks, what is the primary objective of financial management? The main objective is maximizing shareholder wealth, which is reflected in a company's stock price or overall value. This influences decisions related to investment, financing, and dividends. For example, if a company must choose between two investment projects, Project A generates 1 million in profit but carries high risk, and in Project B generates 800 profit but is more stable. If the goal is to maximize shareholder wealth, the company will choose the project that provides the best risk-adjusted return potentially. Project B if investors prefer stability. Next, the time value of money. State that money today is worth more than the same amount in the future because it can be invested to generate returns. For example, if you invest 1,000 today at a 5% interest rate, it will be worth 1.50 in 1 year. However, receiving 1,000 5 years from now, it's worth less than 1,000 today due to missed investment opportunities.
Now, let's discuss capital budgeting techniques. Two common methods are net present value (NPV) and internal rate of return (IRR). NPV calculates the difference between the present value of cash inflows and outflows using a discount rate. A project is accepted if NPV is positive, meaning it adds value to the firm. IRR is the discount rate that makes the NPV of a project equal to zero. If the IRR is higher than the required return, the project is acceptable. Which method is more reliable? NPV is better because it directly shows the value added to the company, while IRR can be misleading in cases with unconventional cash flows or projects of different scales. Next, let's analyze financial ratios. Given the following data, current asset $500,000, current liabilities $250,000, inventory $100,000, we calculate 1. Current ratios equals current asset divided by current liabilities equals 2.0. This means the company has twice the current asset compared to liabilities, indicating strong short-term liquidity. 2. Quick ratio equals current asset minus inventory divided by current liabilities equals 1.6. A quick ratio of 1.6 means the company has sufficient liquid asset, excluding inventory, to cover liabilities, which is important if inventory cannot be quickly converted into the cash.
Now, let's look at the capital asset pricing models. The given is risk-free rate, RF 4%, market return, RM 10%, and beta 1.5. We using the formula expected return equals RF plus beta times open parenthesis RM minus RF close parenthesis. We calculate E of R equals 4% plus 1.5 times open parenthesis 10% minus 4% close parenthesis. This equals E of R equals 4% plus 1.5 times 6%, which gives us or 13%. This means investors expect a 13% return to compensate for the risks associated with this stock. A higher beta means higher risks and therefore a higher expected return. Finally, let's discuss a case study on short-term financing decisions. XYG Limited needs $100,000 and has two options. The first option is bank loan, 12% annual interest, and second option is factoring, immediate cash but with 5% discount on receivables. And for the cost comparison, the first is bank loan cost, 12% times $100,000 equals $12,000. And next for the factoring cost, 5% times $100,000 equals $5,000. Since factoring costs only $5,000 compared to $12,000 in bank loan interest, it appears to be the better option. However, company must also consider factors like customer relationship, cash flow flexibility, and long-term credit impact.